at the finish line many times.
Or some not even made it to the finish line. If we're going to talk about the Korean squads, right?
Yeah.
New turn, DRX, best was third. GENG already overtaken that. And looking to lift the trophy.
This is that new era of Valorant that we're looking at. Teams being put together. Rookies filling up the pieces here. Shots going wide there from Meteor. No tag onto the damage, and it was definitely a threat of it. Celsius on the half armor.
I wonder if they can get a read that because Meteor faced mid, he's not going to be lurking A ramp.
Cover going out.
Sassy and Zekken are still trying to clear that, but this is as the B hit comes through.
Paranoia does connect it, at least onto the dog, but into the back of the site. He needs to exchange positions, and he will do so. Wrapping back away, but GENG have nothing to do with this site now. They are fully rotating away.
But they're rotating without anybody taking space over towards A. And Zekken and Sassy cleared this out. You know, Sassy is perfectly fine facing ramp here. He knows he's not going to get punished. He's going to be able to hear some of this. Zekken's coming forwards to try to help.
50 seconds. Now Karen does have util as well. Paranoia, going to be getting good information with that one. Respecting the position here. Sassy not eager to take that fight. Instead, doubling up. It looks like potential high-low setup. Yeah, it is indeed, with him playing up onto Heaven. Satchel forwards, cuts up the angle, flash repeat. No, not through main. Adjustment necessary, and Zekken comes up with the goods and more. With 4 ripped away.
I'm not sure if Zekken's asking the crowd to appreciate or telling GENG he can handle more of them.
Spike down A.
The flash play from Sassy cost him his life. Makes him look worse in terms of the stats, but it was exactly what his teammates needed. It fed Celsius in through the back into Heaven and also allowed Zekken to try to contest the main players too. What a spray control. He's 17 and 7.
Leading the charge, doesn't even cover it.
Here.
Was dragging his team over some of these rounds.
Friend, the most rounds that GENG have dropped on Split this tournament is 8. Senna looking good to maybe make it 7.
Add a few more to the tally perhaps, but maybe speaking too soon. We know how good GENG are.
And they're so good at, yeah, in the 4v5s.
Yeah.
But look at this. Sassy and Zekken realizing that if nobody's there, they can take the space.
Disrespect. Zekken knows if he gets one more kill, he's got a showstopper earned and available for him to just try and get out of the dodge.
The trip will give him the timing here to potentially make the play.
There it is, flash through. TP pass, broken. Backs to the wall, backs to him entirely. No way! The movement, the twists and turns. Looking like ballerinas out in mid.
Zekken goes from high to low, but Sassy's here potentially as the safety net to clean it all up.
Might be your time to strike, son. Step up to the line and really reward the rest of your team. As 2 topple and fall, texture soon after, and the movement, wide swing, wide face. Lead maintained for Sentinels. Vital, necessary, essential for it.
A relieved smile on the face of Zekken. No need for the replay, I don't think. After picking up 4 in the previous, look at that, hand on his head. Thought he'd ruined it. But his teammates were there to pick things up. Huge from Sassy, who gave his life to make Zekken's play work in the previous round. And what a read from Sen as well, that they can get away with that, because GENG group up so much in their attack side. They talked about that, they knew it coming out of the press conference after the upper bracket final.
Last round of the half. 10 seconds down already, and look how aggressive Sen are. This Trailblazer, I mean, it's so deeply pushed.
Yeah.
Constant information. I mean, Sassy is pushed entirely. He's given them the full information now, just calling it out to the rest of his team.
It looks like we're watching GENG on the defense, right? Just believing in the read.
Taking that liberty.
Celsius cannot peek into that many players. But if you allow them to walk up mid, Zekken's death earned him a showstopper.
No way.
Sassy can't die here. He can't take that level of risk. He's just looking for the information.
GENG, all eyes now on the B side. There will be trips waiting for him. The nade should clear at least one layer of it. Smoke's now up with the Paranoia through, and it's a call made to flood right back into it. The rocket damage done, but already texture right behind. Snaps back Zekken. Shuts down the adversary, shuts down the nemesis. But does he anticipate this? Yes, he does. Movement sublime.
Another 4 kills and only 4 rounds on the board for GENG. Sen were held at 5 in their matches against both of the Pacific teams here. But they've broken through that and already equaled the max amount that anyone's taken against GENG here at Madrid. Zekken can feel it. 21 kills for this young player on the defense side.
Rallied and rejuvenated. 8-4, like you said, 21 kills, looking unstoppable truly here. Still a second half yet to happen and yet to be seen.
To all the people following us at home, I must take this break to show you all how incredible is the Spanish crowd that we are having right now on Madrid Arena. And for that, I'm gonna use my mother tongue. Para toda la gente que tenemos aquí, amigos, sois un público maravilloso y vamos a demostrarle al mundo entero que como vosotros no hay ninguno. Así que quiero saber con quién vais. Primero, ¿quién va con Sentinels? Y ahora, ¿quién va con GENG? Amigos, vamos a dedicarle un aplauso a toda la gente que estáis aquí y también a los jugadores, todos juntos. Lentito, primero, uno, vamos. Sois absolutamente increíbles. Para despedirme, todos juntos, calentamos manos. Una ola, de abajo arriba. 3, 2, 1, ¡arriba todo el mundo! Madrid, sois increíbles. Disfrutemos de esta gran final. Hagámoslo juntos, hagamos historia. Porque como esta final, no hay ninguna. Friends, on home, let's go back with this banger.
But the energy is palpable here in the Madrid arena. There's been mayhem, there's been madness, don't get me wrong. But Sentinels perhaps have done enough for them here against this GENG team put together. It was GENG that was standing on the precipice, really. They just needed this map to close it out and make history, carving out their own path. But maybe starting to feel that heat.
Sometimes in moments like this, it can just feel a little too real. The realization hits you. Texture knocked down to only 20 health when that's combined with the Viper Wall.
A few shots flying. Nade rebounding, but not expecting Meteor here with the damage. Done! Kills collected. All on top, and it's all added up as well for that GENG advantage still. There are players low. And calling for the pause and around here for Sentinels, understanding the importance of it, not getting ahead of themselves.
Their map control is actually fairly good here, with Sassy watching behind. Lakia not getting punished for this re-exploration, but also finding incorrect information. That might drive people into Sassy. He's weak, but he has a sheriff.
GENG have gone walkabouts themselves. What's the thought process here? Flash, acknowledgement now at least that there's going to be players behind him, but Sassy feeling no real pressure, but now he's got to hear it. Jumping down into vents, they are just forcing the position and forcing the fight straight to them. Surely not favored into this one. 3v2, damage! And down, drop down to the players here. Single shot will do it. Texture survives. Spike. It's still in the hands of Sassy here, but he's got so much more to do. And does he hear the drop down? He does not.
That's a crazy round from Texture towards the end. Combined health pools, barely in the double digits. And yet Texture's able to weave around slightly. Pops ahead. Great resilience on show here for GENG. Even though they're in the lead, with players that haven't been in this kind of position before, the closer you get to winning, sometimes the more the pressure mounts.
Yeah.
I was wondering if these rookie players, or rather some of the players with less experience at the big level as well as Karen, might struggle in a spot like this, but certainly Meteor has not given up the confidence.
No. That's back immediately here in the jump spot. Himself is not seeing too much down. Ends up getting punished. Meteor, no chance for him to feast. It's going to be met though with a few shotgun pellets. Munchkin, really nice idea there and awareness, knowing that that could be a possibility. It's all being shut down, all being locked down.
Clean from GENG, very clean. Zekken just trying to get the orb online, and he does. He runs away with it. Call that a silver lining, yeah. And Sen have got to be fairly happy about this.
Lakia, hello, knives out. What the hell is going on here? Realizing it.
Could go for a knife fight. Why not? Second gets picked off, but Sen
they swarm him.
won't be too bothered about that. Another huge difference between Sen playing Split in the upper bracket final and now. The vibe, the atmosphere, it's so different. They don't feel as timid, unconfident. Ten said that he was zoning out throughout the game. Couldn't really find good timings to be able to take his ones. Zekken got shut down. It's different, and yet GENG are still keeping it within 2. They're such a dangerous squad, and it's on them to cook up some idea for this bonus round. What a weird wall from Munchkin over towards A.
This is bizarre. Different twist onto some of them that are being thrown out. Blocks up this angle. Meteor happy to jiggle it. They could have crossed onto either side here. Okay, there it is. Just spotting the one and now backing away. Munchkin. Did he miss that timing? Was he going to be aware of it? Meteor close now. Tucked to the corner. Trailblazer, any seek or attempt to punish this one. Might just be met pound for pound. 3 players grouped up mid. Also being explored here, but the first kill. Damage done. Meteor dash to disengage away. And Lakia.
They're going to get caught here.
Covering fire. You're right. They are getting caught in all sorts of positions with Charon falling. Zekken creeping and crawling.
Whoa.
Texture though. Back at it again. It's not quite enough still. It's an overwhelming advantage now for Sentinels.
Exactly where you are.
I'm watching for this again. Texture caught. So much value out of this position over towards Vents. Again, feels like a hard read from Sentinels to me. Baiting them into fighting over A ramp and then just creeping up mid with the contact play. Any time where you see Sen taking mid control without using Dog or Boombot, you've got to call it a hard read in my opinion. They just know that GENG love to group up heavily on sides of the map, and this is where you're finally seeing that adaptation, abusing the holes that GENG cause by trying to stack players. It is difficult though, because if you get the read wrong, you're just walking up mid into a crossfire. Meteor is now going to have an operator online.
Okay.
But he's holding very far back over towards A. It's not a position where you're likely to get too much value. At least not in the early round.
Looks like GENG were setting up for a punish over towards B.
Yeah, and at the very
it's probably
least...
because Zekken's one away from the ult.
Yeah, it also allows them to get good information behind Zelsis's orb, which he's put at the front of B main. And now as it goes down, GENG knows that there's nobody over in this area of the map.
Reclearing a push with the flashes out. It's a wide face, really wide face, but all the kills eventually being collected and traded there by Charon. Meteor though, got a miss though to where these potential players could be. Good information, at least with the acknowledgement there. Trailblazer finding the target and the mark, but really chaotic situation. Pings on the map though, GENG are aware.
Yeah, and I don't think GENG are actually gonna think that it's a full commitment A heaven. You would expect Zekken to be with the play here because he's one away from Showstopper, he's the entry player. So the fact he was in market, I think, has scrambled GENG a little.
Yeah, they're all over the place this time, less trusting of their gut and wondering where the hell these players have got to. Ten's almost going down there, out to the open. Meteor left to anchor now, and his position is being assaulted and swarmed. Paranoia is good, shot, missed, going stray, still walks it down onto this angle, but look at it, they've just absolutely overpowered them.
Really beautiful attack side from Sen. Gorgeous calling from John Cutie, from the whole team. Contact plays. In the previous, contacting up mid to pinch the players over towards A heaven. This time, going for a semi-contact all the way through A heaven. Karen just caught a glimpse and gave up the game. We'll take a look at the replay as Lakia saves. Look how deep they are before GENG get the read. And to me, the biggest strength of GENG on defense is the fact that they get the reads. They either play aggressive or they re-clear in the mid-round or something to give Munchkin that gut feeling that he's going to make the right call. And I think you could see it on the minimap there. GENG were so spread out. Even after they re-cleared B main, spotting Zekken with the Trailblazer in market was a real head-scratcher for them. Love what John Cutie's bringing out here. You can see that they've put in a lot of effort. And what a tight turnaround for Sen. They had to play basically the entire time since losing on Split. They haven't really had a break to work with.
No.
GENG are the team that should have been able to pull adaptations out of it, but it's harder when you won. It's actually easier to learn from your mistakes.
Yeah,
That
truly.
seems like what Sen are doing.
GENG now calling this timeout, seeking a few adaptations, because they're realizing with the map slipping away from their grasp, Sentinels holding this lead, looking more and more likely that this map 5 is just inevitable.
Now, map 5, Icebox, would be good news for GENG, but a lot of it has to do with keeping up that spirit. I feel like it's difficult from the outside to understand just how much mental game there is involved in Valorant. If you lose your confidence, if you hesitate, doesn't matter how good your game plan was, how good your ideas are, if you can't execute on them because you're feeling the nerves, feeling the pressure of the moment, you're going to let it all slip away.
Exactly.
So that's what I need to see from GENG here. Even if they're not able to rebound on this map, which they'll be hoping they can, that they're at least keeping their heads above the water.
Toss the hesitation to the side here, trust the gut, make the plays. That's what carried GENG so far all the way to this grand finals. You can't lose your nerve here, not when you're at the finish line.
So this is the Viper wall now being put over towards B. That is a difference. Normally Zelsis has been putting in A and the orb on B.
Watch this.
But it doesn't look like GENG are thinking it's a real threat. It's only Munchkin in this area with a Bucky.
We have seen GENG do work in spots like this prior, especially inside the orb. Hello, Munchkin. There's the dog now, breaks it, will let loose that snake bite. So covering the retreat, but at the same time, John QT here anticipating every single play. Getting two, there's a job well done. Karen did return that fire, but Munchkin pushed back and away. Snakebite vulnerable. Boombot in his face, barely dealt with. Still alive and kicking the Meteor. Rapid on the approach, rapid on the uptake.
They didn't help Zekken. Zekken got into sight and they were scared. Scared of the Buckies, scared of the Snakebites coming down. Something caused a hesitation in Sen here. And it's a 3v3, still with knives on the other side.
Fear might cost you if you are Sentinels, Karen. It's close, not quite concealed, only good for the one. There's that instant trade. The Meteor's way ahead of you. Look at this guy, already taking a position forward and tucked underneath. He's picked up a rifle, and this could be the playmaker. Real time, watching it play out. It's like a car crash in slow motion, but a tucked plant, not anticipating it, labored in that 1v1, oh, 1v2. Sassy removed. Meteor, what a play.
The anticipation again of the rotate coming through before Sen had even realized they were going to end A. Meteor knew it.
That's trusting your gut. What we were talking about, having just no hesitation in terms of the way you make these plays.
And yet for Sentinels, I think it was a bit of hesitation. If they'd bullied their way through Munchkin's setup on B, they're probably there to help Zekken, maybe even trade that out. Listen, there's a possibility that it all goes wrong as well, but that's how dangerous GENG can be. Solo and HSK looking like that's given them new life. Wind in the sails.
Yeah, you can understand why. Zekken does have this showstopper. Critical tool that they could be using. Maybe swing this round when the economy, well, a super heavy investment. GENG should have some money just left in the bank, but if they lose this round, it won't look ideal for them.
Zekken was dominating on the defense side. I think he ended it with 23. Hasn't quite been able to find the same success, but here he comes.
Yep, just following it. Dog going to be leading. No way, Meteor! Plucks him out of the sky.
Didn't get cleared, he was on top of the box.
And the threat of that rocket is just negated immediately. Tens, though. He's looking for timings of his own, and this is the right time to take them. Got to play riskily now when you're a player down, especially against a team like GENG.
Texture.
Stacked.
Oh, they just missed the timing.
Texture. Oh, he's going to spot him now. Tens doesn't see it. Tens called
He's
out.
a dead man walking.
He really is. Should not be getting away with this at all. In fact, Texture not even worried about it. His team's going to be calling for it. He wins the fight out. Munchkin taking that one alone, but already it's Texture sees the advantage, and now that close position, tucked to the corner, punishing the orb pick. Himself is wondering, how the hell did he get there? Two players to stand, but turning it down, and Meteor turning up the bloody heat. All up to John.
Again, another Sen player in a 1v2 to end this situation. Not favored, 25 seconds, doesn't know where Meteor is. There's barely going to be any time here. At some point, he's got to get a move on. He's going to give the information away to Lakia.
15 seconds.
Can he knife out walk the entire way?
As much as he possibly can. Wants to give away absolutely nothing. But at some point, they got to know it's A, and Lakia, yeah, finally realizing, turns his attention towards it, barely enough time. So John's got a hell of a task ahead of him now. Doesn't know where the players are. Left to take some gambles, Lakia, what the hell was that peak?
That's an unbelievable shot, though, from John.
Absolutely. Brought it to the 1v1, 8 bullets left in the clip. Smoke out, open Meteor! Spoils the potential play of a lifetime.
I believed it for a moment. He even got the game reset, but Meteor comes up with another huge round, saving GENG. They looked down and out. And here it is, the punish on the showstopper after already winning that previous round. He dominates, shuts down tens, wins the 1v1 at the end as well. They'll have to film another take of that.
Oh, frustrations on display.
Not the cinema that John was looking for there. I believe we're going into a tactical timeout here as well.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, timeout for Sentinels then. They've just lost 2 rounds in a row. And things have gotten very scrappy in the middle of them. I mean, the engage up into B heaven seems to make a lot of sense there. Dog, showstopper follows it. They just weren't expecting there to be 3 players.
No.
They had the audio cues that they were chasing one away. They're expecting another to be hard anchored on B. They just don't think the Meteor's also going to be there. How do Sentinels adjust their attack side to get value? Because now they're also heading into Texture's ult. I mentioned it earlier too. Zekken, I think, had 23 kills to end his defense half. It was somewhere in that area, even if I'm wrong with the exact number. He's only at 26 now.
Yeah, it's been slowed down.
Yes, he hasn't really been able to have the same level of impact on the entry. And to be honest, him entering was part of what looked magical in the game against Paper Rex. And when he played Lotus against GENG, actually, he was just sailing in, dominating opponents, cracking stuff open for the team. Kind of dragging the rest of Sen through some difficult moments.
Not in hot water just yet, but again, that lead that they had, no longer steady. GENG creeping back up to it now, trying to make it an even map, an even game. Texture. Got that showstopper here. Caron setting up the play out towards Ram.
That's pretty risky, actually, giving away his positioning there. Intense is taking the timing.
Smoke out. Texture, though, with the rifle in his hands. He's the one who has to really land this one. Shot! The crouched up. Not expecting that. Too many players to account for. Exactly. Texture falling. Caron now with the judge. Now, I've seen this one before. If they walk right into him, there could be trouble.
Yeah, but they've got the Cypher on. They see that he's got that weapon. They want no piece of that smoke.
Now a maneuver all the way over. Lakia out wide, trying to anchor this position. Follow through with the kills, and they do trade out those available players, but Caron TP'd in the fight, in the mix, inside the smoke, trying to dominate this one, but he only has the judge. What can one man do? Not enough. Pit. Lay it down for Sentinels. They're not leaving this one to chance. They need to clean it up now. Munchkin, the IGL. Does he anticipate Zekken's forward position? He does not. So, 11-1 now on the board for Sentinels. Off the back of that timeout. New lease of life on their side.
And that's a great attack side call again. Sen are really adding fake plays into their game. Yes, it's this one that opens up the round officially on the kill feed, but the whole reason that they're able to take that space in mid silently is because they created pressure A ramp and then got knowledge about where Caron was playing and knowledge that there was an opening in mid they could take advantage of. Now, last time we saw GENG on a broken buy, they won the thing. So don't count them out here.
Definitely have the tools to do so again.
But, I mean, their positioning it couldn't be more wrong at the moment. Munchkin's got to try and hold it down with the judge until the cavalry arrives.
Not going fast onto his approach, but now they might just be. Still that judge. Prime position to really get some work done with this one in the close quarter avenue. Still they dash past him. They don't know where he is finally. Dealing with him. But that push down mid has turned into a fast flank with all 4 of them. The trip. They're giving it away, but are they going to be aware that there's this many players?
No reaction from Sen. They're not trying to take space elsewhere.
No. Holding the ground, ensnared onto the site. Now from that high ground position, spam through, but Ten's not being baited with this one. Texture, how has he got that? Opened it up onto Zeltis, rocket, rebound into the bag! Kills, collected, and there's a 1v2 out of nowhere! Caron delivers. And I'm telling you, man, you cannot count GENG out.
It's another thrifty for GENG, man. And it's Sen not being quick enough, not realizing fast enough that everybody was on the flank there. You know, from our position, seeing all of the perfect information, it seems obvious. Okay, you need to take screens control. You need to be able to take heaven control there. But they didn't plan for heaven, and they just all got stuck on site. They were expecting there to still be some people over towards screens or ramp or heaven.
Yeah. And unreal mechanics on display.
Yeah, absolutely. Meteor to open, Texture's ult, and then Karen closes. The three heavy hitters.
Putting in work. 2 rounds stands between them in terms of that equalization. Again, looks like a fast play out, and it is. Gliding forward, Selson goes down to his own nade and takes a with the damage follow-up, the rifle in play. John QT is so fast here, just trying to follow through with Sassy. He's already gained that ground here, but they've lost too many players.
Surely. I mean, GENG don't have that many holes in their defense side either this round. Munchkin's already keeping B main control. You know, you've got Karen looking for the lurk play too.
Yeah, he's taking that real quick.
That was just an attempt from Sen to try to up the tempo. Use the fact that they'd faked fast A control earlier, but I think as soon as you saw the cages come through with the blast packs,
this is a full investment round for Sen.
Yeah.
You lose this, the economy goes tumbling once more. GENG up to 10, but maybe, just maybe you can find this kill. Says, how is he getting away with it again?
but
the movement.
They can't use that. It does pull the GENG players away slightly, but as soon as the plant goes down, GENG are going to know that they have to focus on B, and Zels is going to get rooted out here.
Not again.
No!
Not again! No way! The 3 versus 3.
30
The
seconds.
discipline, the diligence, Paranoia sweeps through. Now to Seekers over the top with the flash, trying to hold his ground. Sassy does not go down. Pillado played up, double up, guns need to be out, and AI in play. Finally, Lakia. A 1v2 finds the first. Next one on the cards. Get out of here. It's lights out.
Clutch.
He's been so good for GENG in the clutch. And he cleans it up again. Zelsis got away with murder in that round to make things doable. But finally, GENG got rewarded for their good early round play.
한 명 남았습니다.
They've only been 3 successful rounds for Sentinels in this half so far. GENG otherwise finding moment after moment. And look at the reaction. Pure relief on Lakia's face compared to the elation on all the rest. The stress, the heart rates all spiking.
Tension is there, palpable.
But the economy declining.
Now they have
Fast
to make
again.
a play, they have to make a play, they have to make it now, backing away with a position of respect being shown. Don't want to tangle with that judge.
GENG have made such an incredible comeback in this half. They're starting to believe it. They're starting to earn it. They're only 3 rounds away from lifting that trophy. And this one should be a gimme.
Even it up 11-11. It's up to Sentinels to pull out. Not just miraculous moments, but honestly just divine intervention. Might just be necessary. A jiggle. And folk gathering for Lakia here. Doesn't look like there's much chance of a punish. Here's the dog, Trailblazer broken, denying any sort of ground, and he might be able to gain Meteor. He's up close and personal now with this rifle in his hands. Does he anticipate this kind of danger? It's returned, at least with the fire, but he's already gained 2 kills for his team, and now John QT wants to put a bit of a move on here still. Doesn't have a rifle to take that fight, dodging, ducking, weaving. Finally, the run and gun in action. Sassy, sticking his plan down.
Very nicely done there by Sentinels. Lucky had just given it away a little too early by taking the shot. Missed it on John. He's opened up a chance for Sen. Post plants look good as well, honestly.
They do.
They've also planted so that Tens could get one and then ult away to heaven.
Possibilities now for Sen. Twist and turn and find themselves up to 12 here. Paranoia's exchange. Okay, the nade just dodged the bout with the TP. Engage. Texture. Matters into his own hands. He's just blitzed his way onto the site now and out through the back of it. Neurofem. Maybe it's a false information, but they are looking everywhere now. Smoke. Drop down. Texture. Sticking. Half. Denied.
What a way for Sen to respond! The Thrifties will not go quietly! Both teams finding those avenues to be able to turn these
One enemy
into miracles. It's Lakia there who just pulls the trigger a little too early, gives away his spot, and from there, John and Sassy wiggle their way in to be able to get the plant down into such a nice area for Tens to play. Didn't even have to use the ult to reposition. Pit in mid, Sen, Matt Point, looking to try to extend the series, deny GENG the trophy, at least for now, and move us on to Icebox.
here.
How well GENG have been playing. There's no certainties. But I think Sen are happy in this spot now. Guns are good. GENG's economy, listen, hasn't stopped them in the past, but it's taking a hit.
Only a little one though. Munchkin is pretty happy with the judge here. It's Texture, who's really in the worst spot of things, but he's hiding inside a smoke, looking to try to make the play here.
Crouched.
Meteor
off angle! Loses his fight out.
against the high-low there. It's very difficult to get anything done.
Will this be the domino effect
But
here?
look, it's a
an
fake
instant
Brent.
reaction. Yeah, it's a fake Charon. He commits a TP to try and reinforce that A side, but it's all for naught. Texture, the lone player to stand against it. The onslaught sweeping them through all the bounds, and the Stinger's just not good for it, at least for that. Paranoia, though, has to be a follow-up, and it has to be a clean-up, and there is there on time. Texture dropped in the process now with 30 seconds left.
30
Take a pause and around and take a breather because Sentinels realize it. The chance now to extend that play in the series, to take it all the way to Icebox. A tap forces it out. The first little wave of the util. All the flashes flying through, and so do the bullets. Lakia, a lot to overcome, a lot to do, and it's just impossible. Map 5 is on the cards.
From a 13-5 loss, back-to-back, the last two times that Sen play split, they take back their title of looking like the team who's best in the world on this map. Absolute cinema at the end there from John QD2. The fakes have got to be coming against the way that Munchkin plays defense, and he had them in every moment.
An unbelievable series so far. Would we have it any other way? Map 5, Icebox coming right at you.